How you all doing? I'm Martin from Gardens for Life. I hope you're still here. It's been 3 weeks since I made a video. Jeez, it's a bit cold out here. This is the end of December now, and we're almost done with all of the winter selection pre-orders. And if you're still waiting, thanks for your patience. We'll get those out very shortly. We're almost up to date, and then we can concentrate on production again. You can see the garden behind me here. It is asleep at the moment. I'll show you around real quick in this video. I hope you all had a great Christmas, a winter solstice, and you're going to have a great new year with a new growing season. We are certainly using this time to reflect a little bit on the last year and where we were at a year ago. If you ever get kind of down, or if you're ever thinking, geez, we're not doing too well now in general, where were you at about a year ago? And think, are you not better off now after all of the work you've put in the last year? 2024 was a great year, and hopefully 2025 will be even better. Don't forget the old proverb, planting a garden is believing in it tomorrow. And don't count the day's productivity by what you harvest, but instead by what you plant. So this time of year I like to think about what we're going to do with the gardens next year. It's only a matter of time now until the growing season starts up again. And that's usually in March when we start seeds in the greenhouse, and some of the tubers as well. I think we're going to make the most of these wood chips here. We still have half of the pile left, and we're going to use those to cover all of our paths and make them a little less mucky and more productive. You can see here they do wear out after a while, but nevertheless we're going to use them up and cover some of our garden beds also. You can see here there is quite a few weeds growing on top of the compost. This is a no-dig garden bed, but I haven't done any weeding here since the summer. So I might actually just cover that with wood chips, and that'll stop the weeds a little bit. One thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to spread all this compost here. This is one load of compost. It's a truckload actually. About 15 tons of it, and I'm going to cover this grass with cardboard here, and I'm going to make a little bit of an allium garden, like some potato onions and some Egyptian walking onions and some garlic I'm going to plant here, especially elephant garlic. It's been quite popular now. And how are you doing, Levi? Come here. Oh, good boy. How are you doing? All right, good boy. Excuse me. Here comes the wrestle brigade. Here, come here. How are you doing? Come up the pile. Come on, up the pile. How are you doing, Jacob? Are you cycling? Well, are we making more mountain bike tracks around the garden now? Good man yourself. Did you have a good Christmas? What did you get for Christmas?
Lego.
Mostly Lego. Very good man yourself. The dogs and the kids love the wood chip pile too. Unfortunately, soon enough we'll have to use it up before it gets a little too broken down for the paths. The kids and the dogs love the wood chip pile. So you can see here the gardens are looking real empty at the moment when you compare to what they used to look like in the summer. It was more or less a canopy. But this time of year now things have really died back, and we're probably going to be planting a lot of berry bushes, a lot of cuttings. Just to grow them on. I'd say we'll start doing berry cuttings in February, January and February. And we're going to start seeds in the greenhouse in March. So, you know, this time of year you'd think that you have loads of time before the next growing season, but it's only a couple of months. So, I mean, even if you have a garden much smaller than this, still though, there is always a lot to do, and there's a lot of potential that you can tap into when you have your no-dig garden. And if you had covered it, it probably is going to be a lot less work to prepare it for the next growing season. But one thing you can do is to actually just top it up with a little bit more compost before you plant it up for the new growing season. You can just add about an inch or so, or 2.5 centimeters of compost on top. Obviously it needs to be well matured compost, and it's easier to do that at the start of the growing season rather than in the middle of it when all the plants are in the way. Once we're up to date with our orders, we are going to start doing a little spring cleaning here in January. And I'm going to take away all this plastic here and I'm going to use it elsewhere. I'm going to cover other bits of grass and field with that. And you can always reuse it, but builder's plastic I wouldn't recommend it because it does tear, especially it becomes quite brittle with the UV, with the sun hitting it. But I'm looking forward to having all of this grow space back. Look at this, is a tayberry. I might actually trellis that and then we're going to get more berries out of it. But look at the amount of wood we get from it. You can look at the Paulonia tree here. We haven't had flowers from it yet, and we may never see flowers. If you have a Paulonia tree in your garden and it went to flower, please let me know in the comments. Or even if it didn't go to flower, let me know if you have a Paulonia tree. Quite a tropical looking tree with its giant leaves. Well, the garden might be a bit sad looking, but at the same time the weeds aren't growing either. So I'm very happy about that, and that gives me time to reflect on the year, but also on what to put in the ground next year and what type of plants we're going to grow. We have an awful lot of new flowers that we're growing, and a lot of old flowers too, like the marshmallow and the echinacea and feverfew and all the rest of those kind of plants. I'll make a video just showing you some of the seeds that we've got. Please let me know in the comments below what you're planning on growing next year. Are you going to grow food or medicinal flowers or trees? We'd like to grow a lot more trees like the willow, poplar, elder, the lime tree, a lot of currants and gooseberries. You can see here we have also got fennel, Alexander's in the background there, a lot of new varieties of great mullein, with silver mullein, Olympic mullein. I'm looking forward to tidying up the garden and spreading fresh wood chip on the paths. Do you want to take a look at the willows here? We've already been cutting a lot of them back. It's nearly going to be only extra thick ones left at this point. But we're going to plant a lot of willows. Look at this. Now the thinner ones, the medium length, the medium sized ones have been removed and the extra thick ones are still left. So we might actually plant a lot of these and establish more trees. Well, it's lovely here, it's lovely and cozy in the summertime. This is actually a walnut tree. So let me know in the comments below what your plans are for next year and for the next growing season. Maybe we can get some inspiration from you, and as we always do. We highly appreciate you watching, and if you'd like to support us, you can become a member on our website or on YouTube. You can also buy plants, tubers and cuttings on our website. We have a New Year's sale going on at the moment. So you get 10% off if you use the coupon code, and the first 20 orders are going to get a Birdland blackcurrant bush free of charge. We hope you enjoyed this video, and please give us a thumbs up if you don't mind. Thanks a million. See you the next time. Bye bye. Good boy. That's a good boy.